Joshua stood at the edge of the small town's pier, the salty breeze whispering through his hair. The sun dipped below the horizon, casting the world in shades of orange and pink. He watched the waves lap against the wooden posts, feeling as adrift as the seaweed that floated by. "Hey, Josh! What are you doing out here?" a voice called out, pulling him from his thoughts. He turned to see Claire, his childhood friend, jogging towards him. Her smile was a beacon of warmth in the cool evening air. "Just thinking," Joshua replied, trying to muster a smile. Claire raised an eyebrow. "Thinking, or brooding?" Joshua chuckled despite himself. "A bit of both." They sat down on the edge of the pier, legs dangling over the water. For a while, they were silent, listening to the rhythmic lull of the ocean. "You know," Claire began, "I've been thinking about your art. It's incredible. You have a real gift." Joshua shook his head. "It's just a hobby. My parents always said it wouldn't get me anywhere." "Your parents," Claire said with a sigh, "are wrong." Joshua looked at her, surprised by the conviction in her voice. "How can you be so sure?" "Because I've seen you draw. You have a passion that most people can only dream of. You just need to believe in yourself." He laughed bitterly. "Believing in myself is the hard part." Claire touched his arm gently. "Remember what Mrs. Green used to say in elementary school? Believe in yourself. You are braver than you think, more talented than you know, and capable of more than you imagine." Joshua smiled at the memory. Mrs. Green had been his favorite teacher, always encouraging him to pursue his dreams, no matter how impossible they seemed. "Maybe," he said quietly. "But my parents, they always make me feel like I'm not good enough. Like I'll never amount to anything." Claire's eyes blazed with determination. "Then prove them wrong. Show them what you're capable of. You're not defined by their words, Josh. You can be different." The next morning, Joshua found himself sitting in front of his easel, a blank canvas staring back at him. He took a deep breath, picked up his brush, and started to paint. The colors flowed from his heart, each stroke a defiance against the negativity that had held him back for so long. Days turned into weeks, and soon, Joshua's small apartment was filled with vibrant canvases, each one telling a story of hope, dreams, and resilience. Claire helped him set up a website, and to his astonishment, people began to notice. Orders came in, and his artwork started to sell. One evening, there was a knock on his door. Joshua opened it to find his parents standing there, looking uncertain and a bit nervous. "Can we come in?" his mother asked softly. Joshua stepped aside, and they walked in, their eyes widening as they took in the colorful explosion of his artwork. "We saw your website," his father said after a moment. You're really talented, Joshua." His mother nodded, tears in her eyes. "We didn't realize. We're sorry if we ever made you feel like you weren't good enough." Joshua felt a swell of emotion. For so long, he had craved their approval, their recognition. And now, standing in his living room, surrounded by his dreams made tangible, he realized something profound. "I appreciate that," he said, his voice steady. "But I've learned that I don't need your approval to believe in myself. I'm capable of more than I ever imagined." His parents looked at each other, then back at him. "We're proud of you, son," his father said, his voice thick with emotion. In that moment, Joshua felt a weight lift from his shoulders. The negativity that had clouded his life was finally dissipating, replaced by a newfound sense of hope and self-worth. Claire's words echoed in his mind, "You are braver than you think, more talented than you know, and capable of more than you imagine." And for the first time, Joshua truly believed it.